Good afternoon on a Tuesday. It's nice to have you with us. I have a question for Rico and Kenny and David. Do you want to hear a story?
I do.
Okay, now here's what this is going to require. David, I'm going to ask for something I never ask for. I need all three microphones turned off. I want you to just sit quietly. Let Uncle Mike tell you a story. And I'm going to just lay some data out there. And I'm fascinated. Now, this is a sports topic, right? We're not talking pickles now, so perk up a little bit in your cubicle. We're not asking you what your favorite brand of garden hose is. This is sports now. And I'm going to tell you a little story about a tale of two cities. Because last night I was
Okay, let me turn it off.
Apoplectic. And I wanted to find a comp for how I think we should be behaving in this town versus how we are. And I have said this is Cialis City. This town just dominates the market of being flaccid. This town has no spine. So what I wanted to do was give you this. So work with me, guys. And I want you to participate at home, in the car, in the cubicle, and certainly right here in studio. You ready, fellas? City A and City B. Now get your thinking caps on. And then at the end of this,
I like these.
Then at the end of this, I am going to ask a couple of what I deem to be appropriate questions. Are we ready to play? Okay.
We are, and my mic is off.
Okay, mic's off. We're hermetically sealed. This is quiz show. All right, here we go.
Stay here? You want me to go behind the glass?
No, stay.
Okay.
Stay. Everybody ready? Here we go. City A. And if anybody needs me to slow down, just say it. You need me to repeat something? Happy to do it. City A is in rapture right now. City A is on fire. Okay? A lot of anger. Ownership is getting shredded. Whether it's radio, television, God forbid, in print, ownership's getting shredded. The GM has been booed hastily at any public setting. And he is also getting shredded. The calls for the manager's head are on an everyday basis. There's hangers in the streets. And they're only 5 games out of first. Now, before you blurt the following, no, it's not a New York or a Boston. No. This is a Midwestern town. So City A had a winning record for 15 straight years before last season. 15 straight years. And 23 of the previous 25. City A went to 4 World Series in that time span, winning 2 of them. Midwestern town, so don't hit me with well, you're just a bleep hole New Yorker. Well, it's not New York. It's not Boston.
Both things can be true.
It's not Philly. Turn his mic off. What did I ask you? And the team, despite its market size, here's a hint, despite its market size, spends at a near top 10 payroll. Now, City B. And City B, you are a puzzler. So City B hasn't made the playoffs in a decade. It's also a Midwestern town. 1 winning record in that span. 1. But in that span of not making the playoffs, they've only finished better than 4th in the division twice. True cellar dwellers. All right? The owner refuses to spend. Nobody really presses him. The manager is Teflon, as if he's Casey Stengel. And the GM, you can't say a bad word because the bots come out. GM thinks he's got all the answers. He's eating caviar and feeding you garbage, okay? The offense has been a train wreck for 8 years. 8. And while that sounds hyperbolic, let's just pretend we're Rico on a Saturday night. Let's go deeper. So I was out of line for that. In the 8 years, the offense has not even mustered to be league average once. Not once. On a runs per game basis, not once. And you haven't been league average since 2017. Even worse, the offense has been bottom 5 in all of baseball. 5 times since 2017. 5 times. No better than 20th in the 2 years you weren't. Bottom 5. Question. Who's City A? Who is City B? Why is City A so upset? And why is City B so stupid? Why don't we start right there? Who is City A? Who wants to venture a guess?
You want to gather up here? Talk about this.
Yeah, we could talk about this. Midwestern town.
Because I was thinking, okay, is this New York or
Can
Boston?
we get some WD-40 on the mic stand, please?
Never going to happen.
So I thought maybe New York or Boston, but he quickly shot that down and said it was a Midwest city. Been to the World Series, you said?
4 times in a 25-year span, winning 2 of them. 23 winning seasons in the last 25 years, 15 straight before last year. And the fans are livid. Dare I say they have standards. They're 5 games out of first currently, by the way.
I'm thinking St. Louis.
I was also thinking St. Louis. They won in 06 and 11, but they win a couple.
It's St. Louis.
Okay.
Who's City B? Who's City B? Say it. Say it.
Kenny?
I think it might be the Tigers.
Boom! So why am I doing? I'll tell you why. Because I was effing mad last night. And I get so angry, and let me tell you what part of the genesis of my anger is. It's this, man, right here, because the group text. I wasted my night watching that garbage last night. And now turn him off again. Jack Flaherty was electric. This team lost another 2-1 baseball game. And why is it in this town the media never has our back as fans? Why? Why is this media in this town and you? I am talking to you in your car and you in your cube. And while you're telling me to bleep myself, I'm still talking to you. Why are you so spineless? Where are the standards in this town? Cardinal fans want the owner to sell, want Mosaic, the GM, fired. They want Marmol put into space. And they've won 23 of the last 25 years. They've gone to 4 World Series. They've gotten 2 parades. And they are livid on the radio, in print, on television. They're mad. You people are sitting there in a sleeveless T-shirt with a daiquiri. We're sitting here today, and you know what your organization's answer is for having the worst offense in the history of God's green earth? We just called up some guy named Bob Vidalia. Who the hell is he? Guy's been DFA'd by Colorado, DFA'd by Pittsburgh. He was drafted 10 years ago. He's a bum. You don't try, and you don't hold your owner accountable. You don't hold Scott Harris accountable. Oh, A.J. Hinch invented the sport. And people like me get made fun of. Oh, I get made fun of by coworkers, which is a laugher. I get mocked. Well, he's what exactly? A winner? Someone who, has seen their team win? Someone who actually cares about his customers, wants happiness, wants to win, and actually holds an entertainment product to a standard of being entertaining. I would have rather had an enema last night than watch that game and just laid there on the floor. And nowhere in this media, Nowhere in this town does anyone actually get angry. You got Wojo yelling at people if they don't like the City Connect jerseys. What? Nice hill. Go die on it. No one talks about Illich who won't spend. We were told for years Cabrera's got to come off the books. And Paul D. Podesta, a.k.a. Scott Harris, well, not enough at bats to go around. You know, you huckleberries want to go out and sign free agents. Yeah, you're right. Just can't find a way to get Luis Ariz in this lineup when I've got Bob Vidalia coming up today. When I've got 6 regulars below 600 OPS, 4 of them below 500, 1 of them below 400. Why are fans in St. Louis, another Midwestern town, irate with their team, and you people sit here and continue to eat the garbage that this organization feeds us? Why?
One word.
I'm not ready for you yet. Okay. I'm kidding. I'm fine. I really.
By the way, it was Cookies who did the group text thing that upset you, not me.
The point I'm making is, what will it take in this town for people to look at this and go, this is not fair to us?
Before I give you the word, I'm going to say this. For some reason in this town, and I don't know if it's just a Detroit thing, a Detroit Tiger thing, but you get credit for stuff you did with other organizations. It counts here.
What has Scott Harris ever done?
But he came from the Giants, and the Giants...
He was the GM for a year on a ready-made ball club, and he was Theo Epstein's assistant. He was an intern in Chicago.
And for that, you got street cred. For life, you got the gold card. You know what I mean? You got the black card.
How many?
No. AJ comes. Hey, you won a World Series.
And you were part of the biggest cheating scandal ever. Do we get to talk about that?
No, it doesn't matter. You get credit for that here. So that it's almost like... It's Mike. It's like when the Tigers. I mean, it's like Detroit fans when they rooted for Verlander when he was an Astro, or Stafford when he was a Ram. It's like, well, we're gonna get partial credit for that too, right?
You know what?
You don't.
I'll tell you
here
what.
it is. Here's the word. Standards.
We don't have them.
St. Louis does. That's the difference.
And that's a disgrace. You know what? Here. Let's just break the news. This is my 20th year in town, and I'm ready to say something. This is a joke of a baseball town. No standards, no care factor, no passion, no deep understanding of the game, and let it roll. Daiquiris for all. This team has a 90-win pitching staff and a 65-win offense, and they don't try. The GM openly doesn't try. He thinks he's going to continue to play the Troy Weaver playbook of signing bums and turning them into unicorns. Parker Meadows goes down, and instead of getting Justin Henry Malloy up here and sliding Riley to center, I got to look at who?
Ryan. Yeah.
Who?
Ryan Vidali.
Yeah, he's the new update guy at Jay. That's what I get. A guy who's been DFA'd by 2 of the worst franchises in the sport. A guy with 6 career at-bats as a failed player. That's your answer.
3 actual MLB games.
Why do we not have standards for this baseball team in this town? Why is a barely 500 record championed? They are wasting elite pitching. You don't think that's going to bite you in the ass later?
Brother, all the goodwill that they got in April, in 6 games with the Yankees and the Guardians, all gone. You do realize if they get swept again, they're below 500.
Tristan McKenzie, the guy's got linguini for an elbow, and he cut you up last night. 248-539-9797. Go ahead. Back up the claim it's a garbage baseball town. Go ahead. Sit there twiddling your thumbs. You want to talk cookies? Go somewhere else. I'm tired of watching this garbage. But then again, that beats 80% of you who don't even watch. How do I know? Jim Costa's power poll. 85% of fans won't bother.
And I think depending on what happens in the next 2 games, that number may rise.